What is up guys, it's your boy Solheim here, back with another Classic WoW video for Cataclysm Classic and Mr. Pandaria Classic. Now today we're talking about how you can prepare yourself a little bit for Mr. Pandaria in a very specific way. Right now is a very good time to just get back into Cataclysm, farm some gear, farm some gold, level up some characters, just basically prepare yourself for the upcoming release of Mr. Pandaria Classic, which we actually have a couple of, not release dates, but estimated release times for. So let's check that out. Basically, Blizzard just posted this right here, where they are now trying to sell you guys some, well, it's an epic pack, and they also have a regular pack as well, which is basically the soft confirmation or the promotion for Mr. Pandaria Classic, where they are trying to make some cash from this expansion. Now here you can buy a level 85 boost, 30 days of game time, 2 mounts, 2 pets I think, and a transmog at the same time. I think the transmog is retail only. Now the 2 mounts, there's 1 ground mount and a flying mount, and I bought the soft pack myself, so not the epic one, but the regular one, just to get the mounts, because they're pretty cool. So here you have the flying mount, for example, and when they released this pack, they also kind of hinted towards when Mr. Pandaria is coming out. So by checking out this right here, you will basically see roughly when it's coming out. So Mr. Pandaria Classic launches on or before August 31st, 2025. And then you have the pre-patch is anticipated on or before July 31st, 2025. So in this case, this gives us a rough release time, release window, or release schedule, to where I think it's somewhat safe to say that Mr. Pandaria comes out around August, and the pre-patch comes out around July. Now this gives you around 5 months from today to get yourself ready for the pre-patch launch, and today, or like very recently, the Dragon Soul raid came out as well on heroic difficulty, basically every single difficulty, and you can now start doing the final raid of Cataclysm. And you can actually start making some real gold here as well, that you can capitalize on to get yourself prepared for Mr. Pandaria. Whether you are using that gold to, for example, skill up professions, buy character leveling boosts, or if you just want to go into Mr. Pandaria with some gold to be able to buy yourself some materials, BOEs, you name it, going into an expansion with some gold is always a good idea. You, for example, need to have about 2,500 gold for flying, and that is each character. You might also want to max out your flying beforehand so you can fly faster in Mr. Pandaria, and then you also want to be able to buy some BOEs to queue yourself up for regular dungeons and heroic dungeons. Getting into heroics at level 90, for example, does require some item level, so having some gold left over to buy BOEs with is a massive advantage going into a new expansion. So let's talk about how to prepare yourself by making some gold and utilizing the fact that a new raid just came out and people are obviously hyped for the brand new raid. So right now, if you go to your local Valor quartermaster, like in Stormwind it's right here, and in Orgrimmar I'm not actually sure where it is, because I'm a huge Alliance Andy, so either way you go to the Valor quartermaster, and over here you can buy some different BOEs for Valor points. So here you can buy, first of all, a bunch of gear to gear up your own character, which to some of you guys might be worth doing, but if you want to have some gold, I'm just going to show you guys right now, you can buy bracers and boots, and they are bind when equipped, which means you can basically sell your Valor points at the moment, and with this week's cap, we have 3,200, which if you cap it out, you can sell both a pair of boots and bracers at the moment. So this right here is 1650, this one right here is 1250, and at the moment on my server people are selling boots for 17,000 gold, well, they're selling bracers for 17,000 gold and boots for 20, which means if you cap your Valor points right now, you can make 37,000 gold by selling your Valor, and that is per character. So 37,000 gold. If you just do this on one alt, for example, you can fund a lot of your Mr. Pandaria journeys. Like, for example, right now you can buy inscription kits. This one right here is 7k or 11k for a full inscription kit. And the inscription will make a lot of gold in Mr. Pandaria. So for example, if you have one character you do this right here on, so you sell your Valor points, you can buy inscription kit, if you'd go for the 11k version, you can buy 3 of those. That is 3 scribes set up to print gold in Mr. Pandaria. Now, when it comes to how good this is for gold making purposes, it's very hard to give a gold per hour count here because it depends on so many factors. I'm just going to show you that if you do a random Cataclysm Heroic, or you do an Inferno dungeon, or you do a Twilight dungeon, you will get 240 Valor points. And the thing is, how fast these dungeons will go depends on, do you have a pre-made? How good geared are you and / or your pre-made? How much have you played together? Are you pugging? If it's a pug, it also depends on which dungeon you get, because some of them actually takes 10 minutes, and some of them takes half an hour. But I think on average you'll be spending about 20 minutes per dungeon. So if you're playing as a tank, for example, getting instant Q, you can do 3 dungeons in 1 hour's time, in which case you will get capped quite fast, and you're looking at between 5,000 and 10,000 gold per hour, depending on how fast you are at getting this cap. So currently, the cap we have, well, the weekly cap is 3,200, which means if you can just spam this out and farm Valor points, you can get 3,200 Valor this week. And the cap will increase next week as well, so you can get even more Valor next week, but the prices of BOEs will also very likely go quite far down every single week. So if you want to really maximize your gold here, spend a couple of days just farming out some Valor points and sell those BOEs with Valor points. You will get gear from LFR or normal raids anyway, so I would say that right now, while these BOEs are at peak value, is a very good time to sell, and obviously the more characters you have, the more gold you will make. In this case, for example, you can buy at the moment both boots and bracers on every single character if you get the full cap. So if you, that's 37,000 gold per character on my server, and if I do all of these 3 characters, that is about 110,000 gold right in my pocket. Now, what's really cool here is that if you are a person like me who's taken a bit of a break and you come back with something like 352 item level or 353, you can queue yourself up for either the Protocol Inferno or Protocol Twilight dungeons. And over here you will get way better gear from the dungeons themselves, you will still get Valor points, and you will also get different currencies where you can buy more gear, to where you can either get your Valor cap faster. So for example here, you will get from the Inferno dungeons obsidian fragments that you can, for example, turn in for Valor points to get your Valor cap faster and sell those BOEs even faster, basically cap yourself even faster. Or you can gear yourself up at the same time. So not only are you making gold that you can use to prepare yourself for Mr. Pandaria, but you're also gearing up your character at the same time. For example, you can buy some pretty insane 397 trinkets from 80 obsidian fragments. You can also buy yourself, for example, some weapons. If you go all the way over here, you can even buy Girthalak on normal version from 100 fragments. So you can gear yourself up very fast over here, plus make gold at the same time by spending these currencies to gear yourself, and then spend your Valor points to sell BOEs. So you can literally hit 2 birds with 1 stone, make gold, and gear yourself up at the same time. And when it comes to gearing up your characters, I'm just gonna say right now, you can level up so much faster in Mr. Pandaria if you have some gear. You can start queuing up for dungeons right away, you can dungeon grind, you can pull more, and you literally just help yourself level up way faster if you want to participate in the whole leveling rush at the launch of Mr. Pandaria as well. So once again, right now is a perfect time to just get back into Cataclysm, gear yourself up, and make a huge amount of gold at the same time. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like down below, and let me know how you're making gold or preparing for Mr. Pandaria in the comments. As always, thank you for watching, I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you again in the next video very soon.